After our disappointing efforts to catch seals off Jan Mayen Island, we returned to the Shetlands for a brief spell of rest. On May 8th, we left Lerwick Harbour under steam and with all sails set for Baffin Bay to chase whales. Now, since this date, we have been favoured with the most magnificent weather. A splendid breeze from the southeast has been driving the ship along at a rate of 7 to 10 knots per hour. Captain Gravel tells me that in all his experience, he's never seen such quick and favourable passage. At the time of writing, we have passed Cape Farewell, the southern point of Greenland, and expect to have the ship headed up the Straits sometime tomorrow.
Have you ever seen the wild goose sailing over the ocean? Ranzo, Ranzo, way. It's just like them pretty girls when they're in the notion. Ranzo, Ranzo, way. As I was out walking one morning down by the river, Ranzo, Ranzo, way, I met a pretty fine young girl with her topsails all a-quiver. Ranzo, Ranzo, way. I said to her, my pretty fine young girl, how are you this morning? Ranzo, Ranzo, way. She said, none the better for the seeing of you. Ranzo, Ranzo, way. Did you ever see the wild goose sailing over the ocean? Ranzo, Ranzo, way. It's just like them pretty girls when they're in the notion. Ranzo, Ranzo, way.
On June 12th, the ship steamed 10 miles through the ice during the night in the midst of dangers. Had the ice closed at any time, the captain tells me, we must have been crushed like an egg. Now, we are clear of the floes and there is nothing but clear water ahead of us. We ought to feel thankful for our preservation from innumerable perils during the past week. We've been beleaguered between two heavy floes of ice, only moving slowly and painfully along when they opened. The crew's just given 3 hearty cheers for northern water and an extra tot of grogs being served out at the capstan head.
There you are, Mr. Smith. Shouldn't be left out of our little ceremony. Get that down here.
Oh, thank you, Captain.
It's a bit of fun before the hard work begins. The men would be very disappointed if we didn't keep the tradition.
Cheers.
Some of the men have never been this far north before. But we've been compelled to sail so far up because of the vast body of ice that's still about in the North Water. We hope to make the West Water tomorrow.
And then the fishing really starts.
I hope so. We can always spot a likely place to look for whales because of the colour of the water. It looks quite thick and dark brown, you know.
What causes that?
It's the stuff the whales feed on. Once we find a likely spot, every man keeps a sharp lookout.
And then the chase begins.
Aye. Whales is sportive and playful creatures. Sometimes they'll spring clean out of the water. They does that by doubling the tails under the belly like a bow. In still weather, you can hear them miles away, threshing the water. You'll sometimes see them rolling over and over on the surface.
And the whales are plentiful in the West Waters?
As often as not. Well, there had been seasons when there's been a dearth.
Or maybe one day there won't be any whales left. Maybe one day we'll have fished them all out.
I don't think that day'll ever come. In any case, as long as whalebone is such a price and ladies wear corsets, there'll be somebody chasing whales.
Oh, there have been less ships sailing out in recent years than there used to be, isn't there?
Yes, that's true. But that was due to the losses the owners made in the 30s and 40s. It'll be a bit easier now we've got steam. Things might pick up, especially if we have a full ship when we get back.
It is a risky business, though.
Why, it is. Would you sail out again, Mr. Smith? Or is this voyage done for you?
Yeah. I'd sail out again.
You would? Why?
So I feel like an explorer, going where no man has ever been before. It's exciting. And I love the beauty of the place, the stillness.
Aye. It can be beautiful. We'll make a whaleman of you yet. Are you religious, man?
Out here, I feel I am. At home, I have my doubts.
Aye. I have some of them too sometimes. I blame that fella Darwin.
June 30th. This day ought to be marked on our calendar with a white stone, as the Romans phrased it. At 4 o'clock, the ship resounded with the cry, "A fall! A fall!" All hands rushed on deck in their shirts and pants, crowded into the boats, which were instantly lowered and put off in a state of the greatest excitement. Bill Reynolds was fast to a fish at the floe edge, some 200 yards from the stern of the ship. The line was running out very fast, the fish having gone under the floe. She soon came up off the ship's starboard quarter and was fired into again. By 5 o'clock, she was floating dead alongside the ship, and all hands set to work to flinch her, to remove the blubber in long strips and cut out the whalebone. At 6 o'clock, another fish was seen and pursued, and by 9:30, she was dead. We consider we have gotten 20 tons of oil from the two fish. Today's value of the day's fishing is £2,050.
Did you ever see the wild goose sailing over the ocean? Ranzo, Ranzo way. It's just like them pretty girls when they're in the notion. Ranzo, Ranzo way.